Here as well, I got some more another battery from a J car. Had this Crapple battery here. One of the Lipos has turned into a little cushion. Quite comfortable, I can sleep on that. We've got 6 cells instead of having 6 18650s like normal laptops have. Apple just to be nice and flat uses these lithium-ion polymer cells instead. And they like to puff up. Now I could get a syringe and suck it and vacuum it and then just tape the hole up. That's just an old YouTube video I watched. I don't know why you would do that, but it's just a video of some Indian guy injects it with a syringe and just sucks it, the gases out, flattens it back up and wraps it in a Kapton tape, puts it on a recovery charger. Oh yeah, I'll fix a Lipo cell. Don't work that way, brother. Good old Crapple. 10.95 volts, 77.5 watt hour. I'm going to find out what the amp hours that is. So I'm going to take these rubber feet off, I get the screws off there, there and there. Unscrew this. These would be good Lipos for a power bank. Anyway, let's get this apart. Okay, this one's a bit different arrangement. You've got it in back to back. So you got positive on this end, positive in that end on the other side that's stuck to the side. They're hard to get apart too. These are stuck really well together. Those 4 and that one there, I'll make it into a power bank. But it's hard because you can't pull these apart without destroying them. They're stuck together really well. Really well put together. Anyway, it's getting bloody hot in the shed. I got this light to bloody batteries under the junk. It's not a 3 volts, it's a 1.5 volt system. The battery's junk, so I get another battery for that and that'll work good. It's an old bugger die grinders, a dead grinder. I made the one good one out of the 2. I took the front collet off, plate off this Trax grinder. And that one there is just worn out. It doesn't hold that one out, to get it for nothing. So this is the old one. This front plate here, it's stuffed. And this had a big split all the way down the side. I couldn't screw the head on because there's a big crack all the way down here. So I JB welded that, and that's not got anywhere. That's been repaired. Works nicely. But basically what's inside the die grinder, you've got the cylinder, which I've finished it off, but initially this had actually come off here on the wall, and this was actually blown out inside the grinder. It always jammed. I was trying to kill as to why it kept jamming, and it just wouldn't work, so I pulled it apart and found this floating around inside. There's these vanes which go inside here, that way. They sit like that. There's 4 of those. Now air goes in underneath this bottom plate. There's a top plate, this is the bottom plate. Air goes in here, directed on here, and is forced behind the plate here. It pushes the plate out and this is forced to spin. And these blades fly out and these vanes push against the wall. They push hard up against that wall there and spin. You can see how much wear's on that. This grinder's had a lot of use. All made in Taiwan, very well made. So that middle bit at the top there, can't really see. These 2 sides of the discharge, they're the exhaust ports. In the middle there's a valve, and that shoots air up through here. It spins and you've got a top bearing. This actually isn't very easy to take apart either. These bearings are pressed on the Loctite. You've got a retention pin here. Retention pin there which I snapped off and broke it to get this thing apart. I had to destroy it anyway, it was stuffed. Retention pins and popped that off. You got these 2 ball bearings. These are sealed bearings, or they're the other one I've sent in, shielded bearings. And you got this little adjuster, which is like a scissor valve or sleeve valve, and that just adjusts the air pressure. So for what bit you want to put, anywhere up to 22,000 RPM. Variable speed. I've taken the bearing off, screwed the chuck off that. It's locked till you just unscrewed that and it came off. It's a nice little coupling in there and collet. So I'm going to use that for something else. Nice little adapter there, I'm going to keep that. Make up my own tool that fits die grinder bits in. Maybe a milling machine or something. This is all hardened steel. Precision hardened steel. And I've destroyed it with a good tool to get the bloody the adapter off, the collet adapter off there. That bearing is bigger than the back one. That's the top end, which is where all the load is handled on when you do your work. That's the load handling end. That's the back bearing. Very well made stuff. And that went on there. Very precision engineered. Little plate there which went in the bottom, I think, no, went in the top. Which went underneath, on top of here. That's set on top of there like that. How this was smashed out, I don't know. Like it's too much RPM, I just smashed this out the side of the block. Unbelievable. And these are like some circuit board substrate, very similar. Mylar, I think they are. Mylar in there. You see the wear on the side of that. That wear mark, which is when that would have been wriggling sideways in there. Goes that way. You see is about 3mm. That's sitting completely flush. Now normally it's supposed to be a millimetre from the all flush. It's supposed to be almost flush with the end of this when they're new. The edges of those veins, so had a lot of use. Had a lot of use. Here's a Ross brand, made in Taiwan as well. You don't need a bloody Dremel, just use a good die grinder. You can adjust the speed by adjusting the airflow. There's a much better built than a Dremel. Unless they don't burn out every friggin' year or so for using them all the time. These things have a lot of use, a lot more use out of these than what you get out of a Dremel, that's for sure. That's the exhaust which goes behind there. But I've never seen that happen to a die grinder. How the hell that just blew like a conrod out the side of a block is beyond me. That's unbelievable, I've never seen that before. Unbelievable how that blew up. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.